Well, I just keep finding new things all the time that I want to share with you. This video is about the next step you can take once you've finished your painting, and it's going to make it beautiful. So let's go see what that's all about. Well, do you remember a time when you finished a painting and you thought, oh, this is so nice, I just love this painting. And it just is beautiful, it's nice and shiny, and it's just perfect, it's just like you want it. And then you let it dry, and about a week later you look at it, and my gracious, it has become so dull and just flat. I mean, it just has absolutely no life in it. Well, how do you fix that? What causes that? It's called color sinking. And what it means is that the oil has sinked into the painting. The canvas has absorbed the oil, and so it's left a lot of these dry spots, just really dull dry spots, really ugly. The causes for that can possibly be that your canvas, maybe your canvas was not properly primed. Could have had maybe not enough gesso on it. It needed more gesso. It could also be the oil in your paint. Maybe different paints have different amounts of oil in it. I noticed that it seems like black colors, dark colors, they dry really dull, whereas sometimes a light color will dry kind of shiny. So before I start this process of what I'm going to do, you want to make sure that your canvas is 100% dry. Totally, completely dry. And one way to tell is if you find like a humpy spot, press your fingernail into it. And if it leaves a dent, you can see your fingernail print, then that paint is probably not dry. You could also use a palette knife. You could just put a palette knife in there and just tap on it. If it leaves a mark, your painting is not dry. It needs to be left a little bit longer before you do anything with it. What we're going to do to fix this problem is called oiling out. It's a process that you do that actually puts a layer of oil on top, and so it will the oil will be absorbed into your canvas, and it'll make it a lot more even. And this is a process that you can use, especially if you want to do some more painting on it. A lot of people ask, can I paint on a dry painting? You should not paint on a dry painting. You should always put some sort of oil or some sort of medium on your paint first before you put more paint on top of it. Anyway, so to get back to this process, what I have here, I'm going to use a tablespoon, and my little container here. I have a tablespoon of Liquin. And a tablespoon of thinner. Now the reason I'm using this combination is because this is what I used to do my painting to begin with. And whatever medium you used, that's what you want to stick with. If you used linseed oil, then that's the medium that you would want to use. What I'm going to do is just now, I'm using a sponge. You can use, oh my gosh, you can use a brush, a paper towel. You can use anything you like. Just want to mix this in, mix these together really well. As you can see, I've got this camera. I'm standing kind of above the painting, which makes it a little weird. Anyway, just mix these two together. Okay, when you get that mixed in, first of all, let me show you this. I don't know if you can even see this, but it is just lifeless. It's very dull. Maybe I can show it different ways. I don't know. I don't know how the light's going to catch it so that you can actually see it. But let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to start down here. And can you see how dark, how this has all of a sudden become very, very, very dark? The dark colors are nice and dark. The light colors are going to be a lot brighter. Can you see the difference here? I can see a huge difference. Let me hold it up a different way and see if that helps. Well, you can see that it's shiny. But can you see that the color is much deeper than, say, for instance, this side, which is very, very dull? So let's just go ahead and continue that out. I want to make sure this is very smooth. All the way across that canvas. Make sure you don't miss any spots. If you hold it up to the light, you'll be able to tell if you've missed spots on it or not. The reason I decided to use a foam brush for this is because it's disposable. And I love that. I don't like having to clean all the time, cleaning brushes. It's just it's a nightmare. You could also put this on with a cloth, like a t-shirt. Gauze, you could use gauze. Anything that does not have lint. If it has lint, you don't want to be using it. Anyway, just go ahead and make sure that's totally covered everywhere. If you by chance used linseed oil for this process, and only linseed with no thinner, then you're going to have to let this dry probably a couple of days. But for right now, what I want to do is just let this dry for 10 minutes. I'm going to take just a plain paper towel. Now you could use a cloth. You can use a blue shop towel. Blue shop towels are nice. Let this paper towel just absorb all that mixture. And I'm pressing on it. You can see can you see how it's absorbing? Yes, that picked up a lot of the, you probably can't see it. I can see it really well. It picked up a lot of that oil. Once it's picked up, make sure that you just wipe it off. Get any excess off. It's still picking up oil, so I still want to keep wiping until it's not picking up any oil. Wow, what a difference that made. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Now the reason they're going to oil this out is because it will even out all the colors. It'll make it absolutely beautiful. At this point here, if you want to do some touch-ups, say like you wanted to brighten the man's shirt, or you wanted to highlight some of the trees, or maybe put in more stuff in the water, you could do that. This painting right now is ready to paint more if you want to do that. So you can, and then you add your paint. You could go ahead and do whatever painting you want to do, and then from then on, let it dry again. And then if you need to, you can just do this oiling out process all over again. I'll tell you, it's going to be pretty, I think, when it dries. If it's drying dull, and if there's still some dull spots on there, then just go ahead and do this whole process again. You can oil this out 2 or 3 times if you need to. It won't hurt anything. Well, it is now 24 hours later, and I've got to tell you, I am absolutely thrilled with the way this turned out. The finish is kind of like, almost like a satin finish. It's not real glossy, and it's not dull. The colors just turned out so pretty. And, you know, this was just done on an old piece of paper, just a paper canvas. But I just love what it did. And so, you know what? I got so excited about this. I'm going to take off my tape here. I got so excited about this, I decided that I want to do my other one. The one that I just completed for you last month. Gosh, I just thought, oh, this is so exciting. I've got to try this. So I made up some more mixture here. And so it's a brand new fresh mixture. Again, 50% Liquin and 50% thinner. And I'm just using that same brush. All I did was clean that brush really well with soap and water. And I can use it again, even though it does have stuff in it that it probably shouldn't have. So I'm loading that brush really well. This this turned out the exact same way. It was beautiful and nice and shiny when it was all done. But now as it dried, it's dull looking, and these are just the brown, the dark colors are very, very just unexciting. We're going to make it more exciting. Here we go. So I'm going to touch, and I'm just going to do that same thing I did yesterday. And already I can see that is beautiful. It's just coming out gorgeous. So just go ahead and apply this. Just make sure you get it really even. You know, have you ever gone to play in the water? You grabbed a rock that you thought was really pretty, you put it under the water, and what happens to it? All the colors, once you put the water on, the colors just become extremely beautifully vibrant. Well, that's the same thing that's going on here. It's just like putting this painting underwater, and all of a sudden the real colors, the true colors, are going to come out. Now, I don't know if you can see a difference between these two or not. I can see a huge difference. My lighting probably makes a big difference, but again, like I say, just make sure that you get this all smooth everywhere. Yeah, can you see that? I don't know, maybe not. But it'll dry to the most exciting, just beautiful matte finish. So let's go ahead and continue on. And I'll speed it up here a little bit here. As you guys know, I am very slow. I'm a slow talker. I'm a slow painter. I guess I'm just slow in life in general. And you know, this Liquin mixture, it has a bit of a yellowish tinge to it, but I tell you, it's so faint that it's never gonna make a difference on your painting. It's not gonna show that much. Oh, this is exciting. I just can't wait till tomorrow to see what it looks like. Okay, that's pretty much covered. I can see the light from my window. It's showing me every place it's not shiny. So that's all I want to do is right now is just make sure everything is nice and shiny. Again, I'm just going to let this mixture set for 10 minutes. That's it. Then I'm going to take the paper towel and blot it all dry and wipe off any excess. Okay, that's my lesson for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you try it. See you next time. Bye-bye.